one of my points that I'll say now, because I've already said it, but I'm going to say on TV when we talk about Philly is losing a Jason Kelce or a Fletcher Cox. People don't understand, man. When you lose your core leaders, like losing your center, who's really like the mind and the brains behind like really making everything go on offense, that's very tough to replace.
Alrighty, I'm taking over Greenlight Pod again because I did such a good time last time. Joined by one of my favorite teammates, general great guy and unbelievable personality. Look at that shining smile. Gerald McCoy, thanks for coming on, brother.
Thanks for having me. Beau Allen, how's it going?
It's going good, man. I'm in beautiful Minneapolis, Minnesota. Where in the world are you?
I am in Indianapolis. I am preparing for the Indianapolis Colts training camp. We are on site, 4-hour show today.
Wow.
Talking about on Colts camp, talking about Colts. We probably going to hit the Texas, Buffalo, Carolina, Philly, and it's one more. I can't remember. I did all the research. I don't know.
You better study up, G. Get that playbook, man.
Freaking A.
You got to watch that tape, brother.
Just paying me to be on TV to just make stuff up.
Hey, you and me both. I want to talk Colts real quick. Their D-line coach was my defensive line coach in college, Charlie Partridge.
Okay.
Unbelievable guy. Yeah, please introduce yourself today. He's a stud, man. If you see him out there, you'll see all the drills that I was doing at Wisconsin. You know, get me right for the NFL, but he's a great guy.
I got you. Nice.
Yeah. Who are you looking forward to watching the most at Colts training camp?
I want to see if how Anthony Richardson is shaking back. He's such a freak of nature, like athletically, and we seen flashes of it in Florida. And when he got in the league, you know, we seen him take out runners like, this guy can figure it out, you know. And Shane Steichen, you know, he was able to take what Jalen Hurts can do and make that something in Philly. So if he could take a more talented, more athletic player, Anthony Richardson, and do the same thing, I mean, you got Jonathan Taylor back. Yep. You got Michael Pittman Jr., who's really a bona fide number one. If they can make that connection work, it's going to be exciting.
It's fun to have a tough young quarterback, too, with a lot of upside, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
So hopefully he bounces back from that, and I'm looking forward to watching him this season. But look at you, man. You missed training camp that much that you're going back for more.
Yeah, I was even in Bucs training camp, sweating. I walked outside, and they had us get there early. So apparently there was a miscommunication on what I was supposed to do that day. I thought I was working the whole camp. Like we was doing the pool day like I did the day before I was in Kansas City. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do the Bucs tomorrow. And I get there, and my call time is 8 o'clock. I was like, we need you there at 8 o'clock. I wasn't even doing nothing until after practice. I'm like I'm like outside. I said, why am I here? I'm going inside. So I go outside. I got on my work shirt, and you've been there. You're just raining through your clothes. I'm like, man, give me a regular shirt so I don't like. But
you just went to the equipment room and just got a Buck shirt just for.
I literally, bro, no lie. I walked inside. There was nobody in the equipment room. I walked in. I just went back there where the T-shirt was, grabbed one, and walked out. Like,
just help yourself, man.
Yeah.
What was it like being back at Bucs camp? You walk out did you walk out of the building and just look right to the big flag? Just couldn't break that habit.
Get this, Bo. They took the flag down.
Oh.
I looked and I asked, I said, hey, hey, where's the flag? And everybody was like, they took it down. We don't know. I said, oh, man, they playing mind games.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want you to know whether or not there's a breeze, you know?
Right.
But I saw you actually working with Kalijah Kancey down when you were at Bucs camp. What do you think of him as a young player? Does he remind you of a young Gerald McCoy?
I wouldn't say a young me. He's more of more like a Geno Atkins, Aaron Donald, Jarrell Casey. He's built in that mold. You know, he's so athletic. He's fast. You know, some people are athletic, but they're not fast. He's actually fast, like speed, straight line speed. And he's quick. But when you see him, when you see him move or see him on TV, you think he's a lot smaller than he is, but he's really like
Stout.
a stout guy like that. That's why I put him in the Geno Atkins mode more than the Aaron Donald mode. Aaron Donald really was a small dude.
Yeah.
Geno Atkins was like real stocky, and that's what Elijah Kelce is. But he's more of a finesse. Geno Atkins was a power D tackle.
Bro,
And
Geno had that stanky like stance, and then he would just bullsh the shit out of guys.
And he was like, horrible.
Power
but then
from?
He would just lift people off their feet. It was insane. But yeah, he's gonna be really good, man. And it's all gonna depend on the guys around him. You know, how they set him up for success, how he's learning the game. You know, I'm watching. They did some drill, and he was like, I need a young guy up here. And he runs up to get in the drill. So he's willing to do it. And the coach is like, no, not you. I need a young guy. I said, dude is a year two. Like, it's different. It is different. I see one of the old linemen, he had like this head wrap on his head that had like ice packs around it. I'm like,
wow.
Oh, y'all not like the elements here.
Kids these days, G.
The elements in Tampa is what gave us our advantage. Like even if we were losing, it was because we were getting out executed. It wasn't because we were out of shape for sure. Yeah. But like it's different. I tell you that.
I mean that the elements in Tampa can be such an advantage, which is funny. People talk about cold weather games, but dude, remember when we played Philly in 2018? I think it was week 2 at Ray J.
Bro, they couldn't get through warm-ups.
I know.
I was looking down the other end like, ha!
Yeah. And then we opened up with a bomb to D-Jack that went for like 60 yards, which was cool because it was against his former team. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit more about camp because it sounds like you're doing the circuit, man. It's weird because you know how it is, dude. We're retired. Obviously, we both love football. We miss football. That's kind of why we do this media shit. But it's like you kind of love training camp, but you hate it. And I find myself missing random things about training camp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if you're out there like at Bucs camp, you're going to Colts camp today. What do you miss about training camp? Because we always talk a lot of shit about training camp, how anxious it makes you, how hard it is. But like there's things you miss too. So I want to look at that. Like what do you miss about camp?
Well, Bucs camp for sure was the orange Brewskies. For everybody who,
oh God, yes.
Hey, for everybody who don't know, an orange brewski is a canned orange Gatorade.
Slaps.
And it is by far the best Gatorade you'll ever experience in your life, especially during Bucs training camp or a training camp. If you get a cold orange Gatorade, canned Gatorade, it'll change your life. It is just like, it is incredible. So I'm out here watching and they rolling them around. I'm like, oh, they got brewskis. So I grab me a brewski. But if it's anything at training camp that I do miss the opportunity to fix mistakes. So if you make a mistake the day before, it sucks because you got to watch it. You know how we used to watch film. You practice that morning, then you watch it. You don't get through everything. Then you go to lunch and you come back, watch the rest, and then you go to dinner, install, and then we had walkthrough. The joy of one, the install, knowing kind of was because it was like cheating. It was almost like I used to wonder why guys would struggle the day in practice after the walkthrough because we literally just walk through versus the offense what they're going to do tomorrow.
Exactly.
So
like
when those
you know
plays,
what they installed, like oh they put in power today.
Yeah, so when you come out and you getting power or you getting a lot of boots, it's like when you get power, you know, you like freaking, hey man, like, I know tomorrow gonna be one of them days. Or when you getting like a lot of boots and stuff and motions, you like, okay, I know tomorrow is gonna be more of a finesse day.
Yeah,
but
Gerald's backdooring every 3-tech reach block on.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, I know it's coming. I know it's coming. But it's like the joy of watching the film and knowing, all right, tomorrow. You know, the worst thing that can happen in training camp is to have a rough play or a couple plays the day before an off day. Because now it's sitting on your mind that whole rest of that day, the off day, you like, man, I just need to, especially if it's a bad play, like if it's a bad one, like you can't get over it.
You need to wipe the slate clean. You need to watch it. You need to take your beating, and then you need to move on so you can, focus on the next day. But the worst part is, like you said, you had a bad rep in like team. It's like one of the last ones. Like, I hope we fucking get to it, but you're just agonizing over it before meetings. You know what I mean? Like, I'm about to get my ass reamed by
But
Coach Buckner.
I seen Buck. I ran in
No
the Buck.
way.
Yeah,
Really?
I ran in the Buck. I say like a month ago. Brandon Jordan was having he does the D-line camps and he does the D-line conferences, and it was in Dallas. So I went out there and I'm walking in and I'm seeing all these different guys. And then I see Buck over there doing his Buck movements. I'm like, oh, my guy. My guy, Buck.
He had the Air Force Ones on.
Yeah, of course he did. Yeah.
We had Vita on the podcast a couple weeks ago, and he was telling some funny stories. He was talking about remember how Buck would make him go out. He's a rookie, first round pick, top 10 pick, and Buck would make him go out before practice, 45 minutes, an hour early to do individual. And then eventually, like me and you and Will Golson started going out there with him because we can't let this dude go out there alone. Like, that's just like.
Was dying. He'd do that and then have to practice. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I'll say this. Let me just say this. That ain't happening no more. I was outside and I said, hey, practice started at 8:30, right? They was like, yeah. I said, it's 8:20. Where's everybody at? I was like, nobody's doing extra. Nobody's getting warmed up. They said, gee, that's not how it goes. I'm like,
oh, my
what?
Ass was out there.
Bro,
every year that you play in the NFL, you need like 20 more minutes to get warm.
Bro, I was out there super early. I'm like, bro, I need to get warm. I do my personal warm up, and then I would get like some sprints in, and then I would go do the catching with the quarterbacks. Like, I did so much to get ready for practice. I'm like, how are guys just walking out and going straight to practice? I don't get it.
I'm not built like that. I can't raw dog practice.
Me neither. Me neither. I cannot. I cannot.
All right, I want to hit a couple more Bucs things before we move on. Tristan Wirfs signed that new deal. Was that done? But when you were in Tampa, or was that immediately after?
No, that was after. So a big thing was he wasn't really like doing a lot. I remember he did a rep where his leg kind of got rolled up on, and I'm like, ugh. And from that point on, he was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Until this deal's done, I'm straight.
Yeah.
Y'all do it. Until I sign the paper, y'all go. I'm not doing it. Because he watched his buddy Jensen get rolled up on and essentially kind of ended his career.
Right.
And he's like, nah, I need to get paid before that happens.
Yeah. Now he's probably going hard as hell this week.
Yeah, he is.
Well, I got a lot of respect for Tristan as a player.
Mm-hmm.
Great young. I think the Bucs have done a really good job locking up guys that, like their core group of guys. So like Mike Evans, Lavonte, I know I saw an interview with that you did with Mike where you talking about his decision to stay in Tampa, but how crucial is it that he's down there as a core element of the Bucs of their offense, really? He's a fucking monster.
Yeah, it's huge, man. You need guys like that. Like, one of my points that I'll say now, because I've already said it, but I'm going to say on TV when we talk about Philly is losing a Jason Kelce or a Fletcher Cox. People don't understand, man. When you lose your core leaders, like losing your center, who's really like the mind and the brains behind like really making everything go on offense, that's very tough to replace. I.e., Travis Frederick for the Cowboys O-line. When he left, that dominant O-line play that everybody was so used to, it started to fade a little bit because that centerpiece was missing. And on the defensive side of the ball, 2 years ago, the Philly they had 70 sacks. But at the same time, Fletcher wasn't hurt. Fletcher was going. Like, he was in the mix. He was still had a little juice left. And then last year, he's kind of, and everything dropped. So when you got a guy that's in the core of what you do and he's there, it makes everything go. Guys look to him not just to make plays, but for energy. They look to him for advice, everything. So when you got a guy like Mike who brings so much to a team, forget the offense, just to a team with what he does off the field, with his philanthropy, how he treats his teammates, how he is in the locker room, just how he carries himself. If you lose an element like that, not just for him, but for Baker's safety net last year was Mike Evans. For Baker to shake back and have the season he had, he needed a Mike Evans. Well, now when you got a connection like that, you bring in a Sterling Shepard, who they had the connection in college. Now you have somebody else on top of CG14, Chris Godwin, for everybody that don't know. Now I have a core that I can lean on, but I need my safety net. Okay, if all else fails, throw it to 13. He gonna go get it. and just having a guy like that on your team makes everybody else bring their game up. When everybody else is like looking around, it's like, oh, we got Mike, we good.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of core, leaders and like that group, like what you're talking about, when you're saying all those things, like a guy, you look for leadership, consistent play, a guy's like a steady presence in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
When I think of Bucs football, Lavonte David, bro. Is there
Yeah,
anybody who's like
sure.
more, epitomizes that more than LD? And dude, I was fucking pissed because I don't know if you ever look at the NFL Top 100. He was 99 on there. Like, how do we get him some more love, man?
Bro, it's just been like that, and we kind of discussed it a little bit. They did a survey. I guess it was ESPN. Somebody did a survey. They asked GMs and coaches, like top 10 linebackers, and he was on honorable mention. I'm like,
what?
So you can name me 10 linebackers better than Lavonte David in the NFL right now? 10? All right, man. But it's the market, bro. The reason I know is because I dealt with it. Yeah. I dealt with it for years. It's like you got people, other D tackles, who have other Pro Bowlers next to them, other double-digit sack guys next to them, and are playing on winning teams. And the media will say, this guy's the one. This guy's this guy's that. But when you go watch the tape and you watch the film, you're seeing, hey, man, that dude over there, just because we not see him on TV, he really is. And that's what's happening with Lavonte. That's what's happening with Mike. If Mike was a Cowboy, we wouldn't be wondering, oh, is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? We wouldn't be you know what I'm saying? Like Lavonte, if Lavonte's a Cowboy, if he's a 49er, if he's a Raider, if he's a Steeler, we're not saying he's underrated. We're saying this guy is a first ballot guy. He won the greatest of all time. That's what we would be saying about him. But because he's in Tampa,
I mean, I bang Lavonte David drum every chance I can get, man. I love playing with him behind me. He's an unbelievable guy. Yeah. So I always have a bone to pick about that. But you say playing a small media market hurts you in the NFL Top 100. I'm looking at some stats here, G. You were 93rd on the list in 2013, 28th in 2014 and 2015, 63rd in 2015, 52nd in 2016, and 75th in 2018. You were on that list a lot, my guy.
Well, I was a halfway decent player when I played.
People forget, G. Come on, man.
People forget.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit. I never made that list. I don't know what's up with that, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Freaking A.
People don't care about your average white
Super Bowl champ,
first and second down run stuffing defensive tackle anymore. I don't know what the fuck that's about. All right, let's move on from Bucs. Obviously you're spending a lot of time across the NFL looking at a lot of different tape. One thing that's always intriguing, obviously, I know you watch a lot of the young defensive tackles. We talked about Kalijah Kancey. Who is a rookie defensive tackle that you are kind of most excited to watch in this upcoming season? And we don't, you know how it is. We don't need to gas up any rookies. We're not about that.
Rookie?
Or just maybe rookie or second-year guy, or just a guy, or maybe a guy who's in a new scheme or something like that.
Yeah, I would love to see what Jalen Carter does.
Yep.
And I always forget the kid's name. He won, he should have won, I thought. Or did he win it? Defensive Rookie of the Year? No, he should have won it. I felt he should have won it. He had 9 sacks for the Rams. Kobe Turner. Not fill in the void. Nobody can fill in the void for Aaron Donald. But be that next guy that takes over the reins. Like, if you take me, I didn't fill in for Warren Sapp, but I was the next guy. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see if Kobe Turner can be the next guy. And then Jalen Carter. Fletcher's not there no more. I want to see if him and Jordan Davis can be that key to get this defense back to where they were 2 years ago when they were number one against the pass because they got 70 sacks. That was a big part of why Philly fell off last year was the passing defense, man. They were second to last on third down. They were second to last in passing. And they went from first in sacks to 19th. They just fell all the way off, and it started with the D-line. I want to see if those 3 young D tackles can take the next step in their game.
Yeah. No, I mean, you talked about him with the Rams, dude. I'm excited to watch those 2 rookies from Florida State, Wirfs and Fisk.
Mm-hmm.
That dude Fisk is kind of a freak athlete, bro, for a white boy.
Yeah.
He tested really well, so I'm curious to see if he can kind of, fill some of that production void of AD retiring. It's like, dude, it's gonna be a different NFL without Aaron Donald, man.
Yeah. And I mean, I just think it's just like we have our guys that we talk about every year. Like these, you're gonna bring up these people, bring these people. I remember I was at the broadcast boot camp, and the main producer for Sunday Night Football said, "Any chance I get a chance to bring up Aaron Donald, I'm gonna do it. Like it's just why not?" And we have those players that we have in our league where it's a must to bring them up. But it's just he did so much in his time. You played 10 years.
Yeah.
You a 3-time defensive player of the year, win a Super Bowl. You made first team All Pro every freaking year except for one. Like it's
incredible, man.
You could argue he's the greatest defensive player to ever play this game. So when you got a guy like that, it's like, all right. I mean, but Tom Brady retired and the game has moved on. So you just see who's next. And that's the joy of our game.
Yeah.
That's the joy of our game. That's why when players think they like bigger than the game, it's like, bro,
yeah,
you're not.
Hey, you're one rep from being out of the NFL, man.
Yeah, they will keep it pushing. Like, okay, moving on. Yeah.
All right, I want to talk a little bit more about training camp because it's that time of the year, and we had the Hall of Fame game last week, but like, does anyone really give a shit about the Hall of Fame game?
No,
like
they don't.
You see it on.
I remember they threw one touchdown. The cops, oh my god,
football's back,
bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, but what I'm excited about, is we're getting to that point of training camp where like the boys are kind of tired of going against each other. You got joint practices. I feel like there's so like you want to know.
I was at Kansas City. They were 7 days in, and their walk to practice was like, I told my producers and my co-hosts, I was like, hey, listen, y'all never played this game at this level. That walk right there is hey, listen, man, you need to chill today walk. Like,
like a lot of 1,000-yard stairs or what?
Yes, like I'm over it today, man. Like one guy came out the locker room, I forget who it was. He came out the locker room and he stood at the door, he put his arm on the door, he was just like,
I'm getting too old for this shit.
And then he started walking. I was like, ooh.
He had to take like 5 deep breaths against the door frame.
He was just funny. He took our walk. I said, I know them days. Woo, man.
Seriously. But joint practices this week, you know what that means, G?
Mm-hmm. Fights.
Boys are going to be scrapping. That's going to be the whole thing. Yeah. So I want to talk about that a little bit. Just like I feel like people always love hearing about that. Everyone always asks me like, "Oh, were you a trash talker? Like, did you fight a lot in the field? Were you doing dirty stuff?" I was like, first of all, I wasn't trash talking, bro, because in my mind, I'm gonna talk some shit to an O lineman and then get fucking rolled on a double team 3 snaps later. Like you talk shit and then everyone gets got at some point. So it's
everybody. It don't matter.
You're a nice guy, Jay. I feel like you did a little bit of shit talking, nothing crazy, but in camp it's a different story. Like you can talk shit in camp just to like kind of, I don't know.
But mine was more of like fun. It was like some people talk noise like really like mean it. Like if you, you're cool. Like they just really meant what they said. I was more of like talking noise like, hey, I'm talking noise to you, but it's more of like to keep you happy, keep me happy so we can get through this. You tired, I'm tired. We gotta go against each other. So it's like, bro, like, come on, man. Like that was more of what I did. And it would get us through it. It would really get us through practice. But yeah, like I would see fights and everybody's like, gee, you used to fight practice? Absolutely not. Because it's like, okay, I'm going to fight, and then they're going to say, all right, next rep. And now I just did 3 reps worth of a fight, and now I got 4 reps left. In this period, I'm dying. I'm not fighting you for what? If I'm going to fight, I'm going to fight you for real. Like, I remember when Jensen first got to the Bucs, right?
Come up.
This was in the spring, bro. This was in the spring.
I know.
When Jensen first got to the Bucs, and he did something dirty, and I'm like, bro, like, you got to relax. And he did it again. So
no pads either. No pads,
nothing. I walked over to him, and I said, hey, look, man, whatever you did, I know you was the tough guy in Baltimore, whatever you did over there. Don't bring that over here. I'm your teammate. But if you want to fight, we can go in the locker room and fight for real. Like, I don't do the on-field stuff. I'll fight you. Let's fight. As a matter of fact, let's fight, but we're going to do it in the locker room. We can actually scrap. And then we can settle and we can move on. No, man, it's just how I am. I just practice like this. I'm like, well, chill, man. Like, God.
Sometimes you go into the meeting rooms even, and all the tables and chairs are pushed to the
Oh
side.
my gosh, man. Sometimes it gets like that.
Sometimes it gets like that, G.
Sometimes building locker room stories. If people only knew.
Yeah, you got to write like an NFL anonymous, We'll just compile anonymous stories from across the NFL. All right, that's a lot of football talk, Gerald. There's some other shit I want to hit you on that I've been excited about. Talk to me about Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, man.
Yeah,
I'm kind of like, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I know you love superheroes, and I love nerd culture. I like fucking a lot of nerd shit. Like, I like superheroes a lot, but I've been checked out of it ever since. I'm trying to think of the last real. I don't know. Like maybe Loki season 1. Is like the last time that I was really invested, and then it's felt like dog shit since then. No offense.
No. I agree wholeheartedly, and that's why Deadpool Wolverine was such a big deal. That's why bringing back with Jonathan Majors doing what he did in his real life and tricking off like the whole Kang Dynasty thing.
Right.
Marvel knew they needed a splash. Mm-hmm. So you do Deadpool Wolverine, you allow all these cameos, but then they like, okay, how do we get everybody back on our side? Bring back Robert Downey Jr. Right. And there's so many different nerd storylines that I could get into, but
I'm here for it, man.
The mindset behind it is Dr. Doom you can go so many routes with it, but they feel like, okay, if we can get the guy that really kind of held this thing together for all these years, he can really play any role. I mean, the dude just won an Oscar playing in Oppenheimer, I think is what it was. Yeah. So it's like, he can do anything. So we can really have him be Tony Stark. We can have him be a variant of Victor Von Doom. We can do anything.
Is that what we're thinking? Is that what? Is it an alternate universe?
Here's what I'm thinking: is he's coming from the universe that the Fantastic Four is in, which is an alternate universe. Galactus is going to destroy that universe. Somehow they're going to end up in the main 616 universe. This is a lot of nerd talk.
No, I'm following along, bro.
They're going to end up in the main 616 universe. Robert Downey Jr., who is Victor Von Doom in their universe, is going to end up over here. What I think is going to happen is they're going to see him, think he's back, like Tony. He's going to say, I don't know, who's Tony? And he's going to be Victor Von Doom. That's what I think it's going to be. And then he's going to be in the next 2 movies. Doomsday and milk Secret Wars.
They're going to try to get as much as they can out of him, man.
Bro, they gave him $80 million plus.
Yeah, seriously.
He's going to be in these movies. I think he's going to be in at least 3 movies for sure.
Yeah. But I haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine yet. It's worth seeing.
Absolutely.
Were you there opening night?
Opening day. Pre-opening day. So it came out Friday. I was there on Thursday.
Well,
I wasn't up around. Yeah, I wasn't messing around. Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it, man. They bring back a lot of people been asking for. They pay off a lot of. So Deadpool Wolverine was a fan service movie. It wasn't. When you go watch it, just watch it and enjoy it. Don't watch it for, like I told people, if you're a nerd and you looking for what's happening next with Marvel Universe, don't go watch it for that. Yeah. Go watch it for it's really a tribute to the old Fox Marvel Universe.
Yeah, I love those old X-Men movies, bro.
Absolutely,
I love
absolutely.
Like, Hugh Jackman,
but it's a no to the Daredevils, the Spider-Mans, the X-Mens, the Fantastic Fours, the Ghost Rider, all that. All those movies that came out then, it's really kind of like a thank you to them is what the movie's about. It's a lot of fan service, a lot of jokes that the fans have made. They like pay it off in this movie. It's just go enjoy the movie. You know what I'm saying? And then they kind of give you basically tell you like moving forward, Deadpool, Wolverine, a couple of these characters are available for the MCU now. So
Ryan Reynolds trying to stay out there with the Deadpool franchise, man. Gotta respect it.
Yeah, he is.
He's done that well,
man.
Yeah. All right, last superhero question. I know you're a big Batman guy. You got the fucking chain on. Make sure we get that. There you go.
Yeah, we in here.
Yeah. Who are the top 5 Batman villains in order? I know you probably
in order.
I know you
Joker's
thought
clearly
this.
one, so I'm gonna take him out. Joker's clearly one. I'm gonna take him out.
Easy.
I think Two-Face is like ugh. I'm a big Riddler guy.
Yeah, Riddler's good. What about
I
Mr.
like
Freeze?
the Riddler. I was
Arnie,
gonna
baby,
think of
come
Mr.
on.
Freeze. Yeah, but it's just because it's like there's so
Everybody
many
chill.
different. There's so many different versions of these people, man.
I
It's just
know.
like Bane. I really like Bane, but
Yeah.
Bane. If you think about Bane as like a comic book character, it's like he's just this big venomous dude. But if you think about Bane as how he was in a movie, now we're talking
Right.
that version of Bane. Catwoman, obviously, I got to put in there. The Court of Owls. A lot of people don't know about the Court
No,
of
that's a
Owls.
deep cut.
Yeah, the Court of Owls. Deathstroke.
That's right.
Deathstroke is probably number 2 after Joker because
Okay.
he gave Batman work. But
I mean, I feel like Killer Croc is weak as hell.
I just Red Hood.
Okay, you're going with
Red
like
Hood,
deep cut.
yeah.
Like you're not. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
because
respect
I'm
that.
like surface level characters is just like I could go okay, Penguin, Poison Ivy. Oh, we all
I thought
know
you were
this.
going to bring up Penguin because then I was going to be like, how do you feel about the new Penguin series?
No, you
with
want to hear
Colin
something
Farrell?
crazy? You want to hear something crazy about that? So I've been doing some acting. Well,
Oh, really?
I've been taking acting classes. My acting coach is actually in that series.
Bro, you
the
think you're
Penguin
Howie Long or
series.
something?
So my acting coach is actually in that series. Crazy because as we on this interview, he's texting me because I think I'm supposed to be in this class, and
Yeah.
I forgot to tell him. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna be on TV.
Yeah,
So,
real
wanna miss
dude.
it. Yeah,
He's
So,
in the Penguin series.
He's in the Penguin series. Yeah,
Tell him to get you in on that, man. You could be
Yeah,
like
listen.
a henchman.
They've already filmed it. It's too late.
Oh yeah.
We've been working though. We've been working, but yeah, I say Joker. Obviously, the Court of Owls is really good. I like Bane.
Poison Ivy.
I like Riddler. Poison Ivy. She's cool. I mean, she's dope. She's like
It's kind of
Poison
spicy,
Ivy.
G.
Yeah, she is. Poison Ivy will get you right. But I like Catwoman for sure. Catwoman's got a deeper story than people know. I'm gonna go video game, man. The Arkham Knight was tough, man.
Yeah.
Arkham Knight was tough.
I've got that game on my Steam Deck.
And
I'm looking forward to
Deathstroke.
playing it. Yeah,
Deathstroke. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with him. Yeah.
That's a good list, man. You can tell you're a deep cut Batman guy.
Yeah.
I know how it is, brother. I feel you.
Right. Like I think the next movie should be the Court of Owls. I think Batman 2 should be the Court of Owls.
Pitch that to your acting coach. He's got the plug.
Yeah, and I think they already about to film it. So like, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen.
Hey, we got to get you in on that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna see you on the big screen soon.
Yeah, I don't even care if it's just
Hey,
my
no
hand.
wonder you're hitting that stair stepper, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to get right. I told you.
Try to get right.
I gotta try to listen. The camera has 10 pounds. I need to lose that 10 so I can look normal.
I feel you, brother. I'm right there with you. Yeah, I was telling people. We'll tell the audience a little bit. Gerald and I text every now and then and just talk about how fat we've been and send each other photos of the scale. Like, hey, I need you to shame me a little bit. Get me right,
Listen,
G.
that's it. So we have like this goal of a weight we want to get to, and he was like, hey, listen, I need you to like make me feel bad so I can get to it. And I sent him like a picture of a bag of sour cream and cheddar chips. It's like, bro, I can't say nothing to you right now. I'm struggling. And the funny part is the bag of sour cream and cheddar chips was sitting in front of a bowl full of fruit.
Yeah.
It's like, these were my options. I went with this one.
Yeah, exactly. Choose your fucking mission here. Well, shit, man. Gee, sounds like you got a full week or a full day of camp today. It's like you never retired, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate
I
you.
got today. I got the Raiders. And then I'm doing something cool. I get to work the corner of a UFC fighter.
Oh, sick.
So my boy Damon Jackson is fighting this weekend in Vegas. And
Yeah.
I'm going to be working this corner. So if y'all watching the UFC,
Sick.
I don't know when this is dropping, but if y'all watching the UFC, August 10th, Damon Jackson is fighting. And I'm going to be in his corner, walking out with him. I'm going to have my whole UFC
Let's
get up.
go.
Yeah.
You've been doing a lot of MMA, right?
Yeah, I have a lot.
Yeah. You
Only
gonna get in the
reason I
ring or
haven't
what?
sparred, no. The only reason I haven't sparred, like for real, is because I be on TV. And I don't want to get, knotted up and now my eyes all swollen. I'm not afraid to get beat up.
That might make you look better, G, honestly.
No, listen, I'm working on it. But I'm not afraid to get beat up. It's not the getting beat up part. It's the fact of after I get beat up, I have to go on TV. So it's like if I can get beat up and not worry about the camera, oh, I would spar all the time because I would be bleeding and the eyes all swollen, you know. Because you
Yeah.
can't. I mean, anybody can hit a pad, but until you learn defense and like get in there, it's like I can watch it. I can hit bags all day, but you know, going against is just hitting the sled
It's a
and
different
taking
animal
on
when
a
they're
real
punching back, bro.
bro. Hitting the sled, and taking on a true double team
Yeah.
is
That's always the
yeah,
best. You see the guys, like the young guys in camp, like going through the bags, the gauntlet drill, so nice. And then like first rep of like one-on-ones, they just get the shit punched out of them.
bro. You see a kid, you're like ah. It's like one-on-ones. He get up there, he laid off the ball. He just it's like, bro, I told you, stop letting that coach gas you, man. I'm telling you, it ain't what you think. Like you gotta relax,
It's
bro.
not Instagram, brother.
Mm-mm.
Well, all right, G. Hey, it's always a pleasure catching up with you, man. Enjoy Indy today.
Appreciate it, bro. I'm out of here. I gotta go. My driver's downstairs, and I'm off to work.
Off to work, brother. Well, thanks a lot for coming on, man.